In this video, we will crown the one Premier League player who deserves to be playing for a bigger club. Okay, so we're split, but Q card.
I've got a new way to decide it.
Q card's great.
For Newcastle, the captain
Potential.
Deserves to go to a bigger club.
They're always bigger.
What do you mean insignificant?
Consult your OED.
Well, I know what the word means.
You wouldn't. So if it was a choice of one or the other, you wouldn't take Semenyo.
No, I'll take it.
Semenyo not fit the system better though at the moment.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to WHFC, brought to you by Final One Standing, football's ultimate free-to-play eliminator game. On this episode, we're playing a game of Final One Standing to work out the one Premier League player who should really be playing for a much bigger club. Right, fellas, let's get into it. We're going to go straight into the deep end, and we're going to go Marc Guehi or Adam Wharton, and you can't say both.
I mean, in the short term, probably it's Guehi is the answer because he's further along in his career. Adam Wharton is just at the beginning and will eventually get that big move. My favourite out of two, if I had to pick one to join Tottenham immediately, would be Adam Wharton. I think his ceiling is so high. I think he's incredible, but will be served by a couple more seasons under Glasner at Crystal Palace, whereas Guehi probably deserves his move because he's done more seasoned England international. So I think my argument here would be Marc Guehi.
Yes, I think I completely agree with everything there. Perfect. But with Guehi, it's that next step is right now. The quality he's got is very good. Can play in a whole host of positions. Could play for any club in the world. I think he's got that quality. But Wharton is just so good to watch. So exciting. Those punchy passes, that ability to play through the lines is a dream of a midfielder, Rory. So I'm sitting on the fence here.
You're at a club that could do with both, but if I said that you can only sign one today for one season.
Adam Wharton.
Because
I got slaughtered by a Champions League winner for saying that he was worth £100 million, Adam Wharton.
I was there.
I know, it was great.
And I backed him up, even though I agreed with you.
You know how that feels for a Champions League winner to look at you and to call you an idiot.
Sadly, yes.
It feels,
Sadly, yes.
but it's that kind of money for Adam Wharton, and that just shows you how good he is. But to answer this question, it's got to be Guehi, I think.
What do you reckon?
I disagree. I'd go Wharton. Not that I disagree with your opinions. Yeah. I think the argument is Guehi's older, essentially. Does he deserve it? Does he deserve the next step up? If he wasn't linked to Liverpool, would we all be sitting here saying, "Oh, I can't believe no one went for Guehi"? I don't.
If they were both on 5-year contracts.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because Guehi's at the end of his contract, he's available. Then that's a different question.
Honestly, I think the reason Guehi's in the conversation is because of the links to Liverpool. If he wasn't linked, then and we just take it for face value, Adam Wharton has such a high potential. His technical ability for such a young player in the middle of the park.
That's true. Do you know? Does this change things at all? I feel like quality centre halves aren't about. They're very difficult to come by. When you look across the Premier League, gone are the days where almost every team had a brilliant centre half. Like you remember, Jamie Carragher, he was captaining Liverpool to a European Cup and not getting in the England team. That's how good centre halves were at the time. I feel like good midfielders, and I appreciate that Wharton's a genius, but good midfielders are about, whereas Guehi's worth his weight in gold just because they're not around.
To Chelsea, Arsenal have got probably the best centre-back pairing in Europe.
Yeah.
Spurs
not only the fact that Liverpool, who won the league by 10 points last year, felt like they needed to sign Guehi. Tells you something, doesn't it?
Cut the tape.
Yeah. Just the best centre half pairing behind.
Not far behind.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mate, you nearly went down.
Didn't go because of them.
No, you are. I mean, football's changed a lot. You don't get that type of defender anymore, generally. So I think, it has gone down. But I think that the style that Wharton, his ability, the composure, the passing,
unique.
the between the lines.
Guehi's done more. That's what
Name me an English midfielder that has shown that potential in the middle of the park since the glory midfield.
I think Wharton is a genius and is on for something unreal at some point. But I just think Guehi's king. Like Guehi's England's best centre half, isn't he, by a mile? Yeah. Disagree?
Yes, because the others have dropped off.
Yeah,
2 years ago, we would have said Stones.
He's our starter.
But isn't that's kind of the point I'm making? Wharton doesn't get in the England team. Guehi undoubtedly does.
Well, there's an argument that he should be in the England team, but he won't under Tuchel, clearly. But
I mean, I'm going Guehi here. But I feel like I might be wrong.
No, yes, it looks like it's 3 Guehis.
I'm going to go Adam Wharton. I'm going to flip, I think. Okay. I think Adam Wharton with the style, what he deserves, how he plays football. Football's all about enjoying it, right? Gehi, yeah, enjoy some of his
Beautiful-
defending,
he's a
but
beautiful footballer.
I enjoy watching Adam Wharton as a footballer, and that's quite, it's a rarity in a sense to see a central midfielder so comfortable, left-footed. So I'm going to actually go Wharton.
Okay, so we're split, but cue card.
I've got a new way to decide it.
Cue card's great.
No, but listen, I didn't like the last one. Let's. Who would we all take out of the two? And if that determines it, because I'd take Wharton over Guehi.
Yeah, Wharton.
I'll take Guehi.
Oh, if I had to choose one, it would be Wharton.
There you go. Forget the cue cards. We're in.
Okay, so it's Wharton. Wharton's progressed. It
Love
feels-
that Turkish. There you
right
go.
to me.
Democracy.
Weirdly, democracy rules.
Weirdly.
Okay, so it's Adam Wharton. The cue card didn't work. That's a real shame. Okay, so it's Adam Wharton versus Carlos Baleba.
Okay.
Adam Wharton versus Carlos Baleba.
This is
Both class.
Interesting one, yeah.
Both class. Who
Who
deserves it?
deserves to be playing for a bigger club?
Both young.
Who needs to be playing for a bigger club? Put it that way, then.
I couldn't. And the answer I'm going to give will upset either Brighton or Palace fans in a significant way, right? Because of the rivalry between them.
The answer is both, really. Both deserve to be at a bigger club. Right?
Baleba's had one season.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah. That was gonna- I was
22,
gonna say, yeah.
22 games in France before that.
Yeah.
Has he done enough to deserve it more
Wharton's
than
been
Adam?
brilliant since Blackburn. Like
Yeah.
he's been the boy since Blackburn.
It's tough, though, because Baleba is such a talent.
Who's a better player? Just
They're different.
but
Very different,
But who?
They're playing the same position, to be fair.
Yeah, but one sits and holds and
could
wins
play
the ball
them both
back and
together.
moves it on. The other one plays the punchy passes. So
Yeah. 8 and
it's
6.
It's really hard
What
to
you
look
like, innit?
Okay, you are right to a degree, but Manchester United desperately need a central midfielder. If you can only have one, Wharton or Baleba, who are you choosing?
That's very, very hard because Baleba right now fits with Bruno Fernandes in central midfield. Is that the right thing long term? No. So Adam Wharton would be the correct answer there because you've got a footballer and that's the biggest thing that you need in a possession-based team is someone to play football. That left foot is an absolute wand. His ability to hit every single type of pass is there. Saying that, Baleba would fit right now because he can win the ball back, he can ship it on, he's very physical, he can carry. His ability to carry through the midfield in the Premier League is incredible. And actually, if you look at his physical data, his sprint speed is a joke. So right now, Man United needs someone like that versus an Adam Wharton that can play. It would suit the team more to have Baleba now, but I'd still pick Adam Wharton.
Who would you go for, Flav?
I'd go for Adam Wharton. Just because how he makes the forwards honest. He plays the ball into them early. It forces them to make decisions, and at the tempo which you can play with Adam Wharton on the break, it's just.
It's the way he uses his body as well to create space. Such a player.
But I honestly don't think, in terms of the efficacy of the pair, there isn't a great deal between them. It's about what you like, and I like Adam Wharton.
Yeah. Yeah, I lean towards Wharton.
I lean towards Wharton
Even
as well.
though Arsenal have that profile in a Zubimendi and we lack a Baleba profile, I think, like you both said, it's so tight that it just comes down to who I think has that bit more potential. And I think Wharton, as an English midfielder, the attributes he has, we haven't seen nothing like it for an English midfielder for quite a while.
So that's full house Wharton.
Yeah, well, I'd say Man United probably right now need Baleba more than they need Wharton, going back to the democracy vote type thing before. So I'll go with Baleba.
Okay, but everybody else is Wharton. So Wharton progresses, which means Wharton versus Bruno Guimaraes.
Leaving Newcastle, the captain.
Potentially.
Deserves to go to a bigger club.
Is Newcastle not a big
Newcastle
club?
fans are buzzing about that.
They're always bigger, though.
It's Tottenham.
Does he deserve to go to a
Should he come to Spurs, Bruno?
Does he go? Should he? You tell me.
Is it a bigger club, Rory?
That's the debate.
Who is it? Adam Wharton or Bruno Guimaraes?
Bruno Guimaraes does deserve to play for Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. He deserves to play. He is that good. He's shown Newcastle a lot. He's carried them in certain phases of their development under Eddie Howe. He is a great player to watch. Him in someone like Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid would be amazing. It would be really, really good.
He's at the heart of everything good that Newcastle have done, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, if you try and drill down into why it went their way, they qualified for the Champions League, they ended their 70-year trophy drought. If you try and think of why, right at the heart of the reason is him.
If you took him out of that team, you couldn't replace it.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas I think Isak you can maybe replace with two players. It's not going to be as good, but it does a job. You take him out of that team, massive. You also look at his position because he started playing as the kind of six, didn't he? He was moving the ball around, dictating the play. But now he's playing as an 8, getting directly involved in goals, scoring, assisting. His game has got even better. So I think he does deserve the next step in his career. Great work if you're still in final one standing by William Hill. But who are you picking this week? If you've been knocked out, hard luck, but don't worry. A new jackpot league is released every week for you to join. Just check out the final one standing page on the William Hill app for all the details. 18 plus, UK and Ireland only, and always gamble responsibly.
There was a game against Arsenal at St James's Park. Must have been about 18 months ago, maybe it might have been 2 years towards the end.
Elbow to Jorginho.
And he just ran it.
Yeah.
And Arsenal were flying at the time. I think it's legitimately going
They
for
won 1-0, didn't they?
They won 2-0, I think.
Wasn't the dodgy header? There was a dodgy goal that was scored where there were like 4 fouls on the build-up that were fantastic.
Yeah, that's it. And but I just remember him just thinking...
The Joe Willicats, I can't remember. It was one of them. I remember he elbowed Jorginho.
There was a couple of times Newcastle beat you when you needed to win up there, didn't they?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, I watched both those games.
Yeah, I got them on record.
Got a DVD.
Right, yeah. DVD. But he just, it was in those moments in high pressured games against quality opposition, and he just shone. And so because he's done that for Newcastle in that environment and in Europe,
Guimaraes is ready. It feels to me that Bruno Guimaraes, if it doesn't go for Newcastle this year, he's the next cab off the rank to one of the clubs that you mentioned.
I'd say so, and I think he deserves it as well. I don't think he's not dishonoured. It's a matter of principle.
no, so far, yeah, he's not principle.
And I think that's a level where you look at it, and Adam Wharton is early on in his career. Bruno Guimaraes has shown he's captained a side. He does deserve to get that next transfer.
And honestly, I look at Bruno and I think that profile's lost in football now.
You need it. The
I think that
personality,
character,
the edge, the
I think
aggression.
Bruno could have played in 2003-4 Premier League and
100%.
still been one of the best midfielders in the league. So for me, it's an easy one this week.
Bruno Guimaraes. Unanimous.
Adam Wharton.
Okay, irrelevant. Because of democracy. Okay, this could be tighter. Bruno Guimaraes versus Antoine Semenyo. I love Semenyo. I love him. I think he's so good.
Both-footed.
I think he's so good. Do you remember when he nearly went to Liverpool a couple of years ago? I think he would have been like brilliant, absolutely brilliant for them.
So he is like a Jurgen Klopp forward 101.
Yeah.
Like Mane, like Salah. That is the style. And like you're saying, that the ability to strike the ball with both feet is incredible. Fourth most shots in the league. He's improving season on season with goals. He's just a great player.
Yeah.
And he's someone that could fit into any of the top teams in England and in Europe and would put in great effort off the ball and also score goals.
Off the back of that, though, United were actually linked with him in the summer, and you've signed Mbeumo, Cunha. Do you think you made the right call?
I think the balance is better with the two United have got in a sense of Semenyo can play both sides, but I think he's better on the left than the right. United needed someone to kind of make things happen, you know, be that kind of mystic player that can dribble, that can turn, which is Matheus Cunha, who's better suited on the left. So kind of needed a right-sided player, and I personally prefer a player that's left-footed. And Bryan Mbeumo, 20 goals in the Premier League season, he is further down the line, I think, than Semenyo. Semenyo's got great potential. He's obviously quite similar ages, but I think it was the right thing for United to do, just on balance.
Surprised you said
If
that.
they hadn't got Cunha, Semenyo had to be the next
Surprised you said that. I think Semenyo's better than both of them.
I mean, there's an argument for sure, and you've seen what he's doing at Bournemouth.
I think he's brilliant.
But I don't think he was available. I don't think he was ever available.
It was the same price, right? It was like 70 million quid.
Yeah.
So it's one or the other.
I think given the fact that Bournemouth had to kind of shift their entire defence out and their goalkeeper,
They had to keep someone.
they just said you can't go as well. And obviously part of this trajectory is the amazing work Iriola's done with him. So I just don't think he was available. But he definitely deserves a move to another club.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
some
if you
stage,
if
for
we were to play a slightly different game, which would be who's the best player outside the top six, I'll go Semenyo every time. I think he's dead safe.
started on fire
But
this season
would you
as well.
would you have said that last season with Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha at Wolves and Brentford, who again
That's a fair
carried
point,
their
yeah.
side,
Yeah,
right?
they did.
So we can't ignore
They
that
did
fact.
have- they did
They
have
are at
very
Man
good
United now,
seasons,
yeah, I
yeah.
agree with that, but they had a bigger impact on their
100%.
sides than Semenyo did in Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth had a lot to them. I think their defence was very, very good. I think that was a bigger part of their team than
And their
Semenyo.
manager is unreal.
In the
Manager's
fullness
unreal.
of time, though, who will have had better careers in the
Semenyo.
Premier League? Do you think it is?
Matheus Cunha.
Semenyo.
You're being very defensive.
No way.
Matheus
Brian
Cunha's a
Mbeumo's had the best career in the Premier League.
When they finish their careers, who will have had the best career?
So
I'm going
far,
Semenyo.
Brian Mbeumo out of the three players we're talking about.
Yeah, he's been.
But Bryan
most
Mbeumo is
consistent,
the match
yeah.
winner.
Yeah, but he's had the best
Start.
best last few years in the Prem.
Yeah,
surely.
you'd say that. Yeah.
Back up to Toto. Well, not back
Semenyo's
up
the
to
best
Tony,
player.
but facilitator. He was.
So for this, it's Bruno Guimaraes or Antoine Semenyo. I'm voting for Antoine Semenyo.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Bruno Guimaraes for me.
Yeah.
Semenyo deserves a shot at a bigger club.
Yes.
Bruno Guimaraes deserves a place at a bigger club.
There
I
you
think
go.
that's the
Starting
difference.
11, captain,
Yeah, I think that's the difference. Leader.
legend.
What do you reckon?
Semenyo.
Semenyo.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. How do it's Turkish over to you?
Yeah, what's the
no,
system
what-
now?
what-
Turkish,
this time?
Turkish, you made yourself.
Who do
You
we
made
take for
yourself
our
king of
teams?
the.
Who do we take for our teams?
Semenyo.
That's what it comes down to.
Semenyo.
Semenyo.
Bruno Guimaraes.
You take Semenyo. You because,
take
yeah. So Semenyo,
That look was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Because I thought, yeah,
Semenyo.
I
That
think we could do with him.
which means it's Semenyo versus Morgan Rogers.
He did nearly get his move to a bigger club at the end of the transfer window when Spurs come knocking. What are you laughing at? He did.
What? So Aston Villa and Spurs are one team finished quite well in the Premier League last season. One team came 17th.
Yeah, but we're talking about heritage here.
Heritage.
Oh, whoa.
Europa League versus a European Cup. Because that's quite big.
Silverware, Champions League.
So
Go with that.
Morgan Rogers would have skipped to join Thomas Frank at White Hart Lane. and I would have gladly received him.
Morgan Rogers versus Semenyo is tight.
I don't think it is.
You think it's Semenyo?
I think it's Semenyo, without taking anything away from Morgan Rogers. It's just like, who would you... It's just his explosiveness, his pace, his excitement, the fact that he's come into this season and he's on fire. Morgan Rogers and Aston Villa's, for probably reasons outside of the current squad's control, i.e. all the mad spending they did back...
Wage spend.
Wage spend, yeah. I just think the more explosive, exciting player is Semenyo.
I'm inclined to agree.
But Morgan Rogers is great.
Morgan Rogers is wicked.
Both very graceful
Semenyo is the boy.
footballers, yeah.
Semenyo is brilliant.
Yeah.
I think Morgan Rogers is at a really good club for him as well. I think
Yeah.
it fits really
Yeah,
well.
yeah, I
The
agree.
position that he plays just off the striker as almost a goal is great. It fits Emery's style. So when we look at that, what teams around Europe play that way to get someone like more? And again, I'm not saying Morgan Rogers couldn't go and play for City, Liverpool, whoever. I think he very much could. But Semenyo is...
It's actually true as well.
He deserves that.
Semenyo's at Bournemouth. Rogers is at Villa.
Yes, they're different teams.
One's already at an established, brilliant club with a rich history. One is at Bournemouth, who are completely insignificant. One deserves to go to somewhere better. One doesn't need to.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Rogers still needs to do a bit more, I think. I think if he has another year on the same trajectory as the last season, we could be having a
Semenyo
different
by a mile.
conversation. But Semenyo...
What do you mean insignificant?
Consult your OED.
Well, I know what the word means. What do you mean? Why are Bournemouth now insignificant? They're an established Premier League side who have beaten teams like Tottenham Hotspur.
In terms of the pyramid, absolutely. In terms of pyramid, they've done very well to get there. They've got one of the best managers in the league.
It's not
And
insignificant.
they've built,
That's significant.
as a club, they're insignificant. As a club, historically, they're completely insignificant. As a fan base, they're insignificant.
Okay. Well, I
Bournemouth
think
fans, leave a comment.
Both of you.
Hit the like button.
Here, Turkish, here's one for you.
Yeah.
Are Arsenal a better team if you had Semenyo as well as Eze?
As well as, yeah.
Does Martin Odegaard then have to fall on his sword?
Martin Odegaard would need to step up. Regardless of Semenyo, Martin Odegaard needs to step up. Eze is better centrally. I think Semenyo's better on the wings. On top of Eze, I wanted a left winger, an out one. So it's always as well and not instead of. I wouldn't take Semenyo instead of Eze.
You wouldn't. So if it was a choice of one or the other, you wouldn't take Semenyo.
No, I'll take Eze.
Semenyo not fit the system better though at the moment.
Probably, but
in terms of the
our system
whole
needs to change. That's my big thing. Our transition, the pace in our movements, it needs to change. And I think Eze, profile-wise, is better for that to facilitate for the wingers in front of him if he does play central.
What about Semenyo's career? When it's all said and done, we have this conversation in a decade's time. We'll be sitting here on WHFC and we look back on Antoine Semenyo's career. What do you reckon?
It'll be a great day, first and foremost. But I think there's got to be a club that's similar in that idea of in the narrow forward where he'll score loads of goals for a big team. So he's got to find that right team. And then, he'll have a really, really good career. I think it will be a little bit like Mane, where Mane, 25, left Southampton around that age. Yeah. Was fantastic in the Premier League. Everyone loved him, and then he left and joined Bayern Munich, and his career kind of fell off the back from that point. So there'll be a really good prime, I think, for him, where he'll have 3 or 4 years where he could be one of the best players in the division.
Yeah, I agree.
It depends on where he joins. I don't think it won't necessarily be guaranteed if he joined Tottenham with so much work to do. But if he slot in the same way that Mane did at Liverpool with slot, it's just. I can just see such a high ceiling for him. I'm talking about league titles, potential Champions League titles.
Yeah, I think Semenyo is the winner to this.
I can see him at Newcastle. I can see him at City.
But Liverpool?
No, Salah. They got Salah, Ekatike one. They've spent big on their attack.
Yeah, not now. There was a world where it could have happened.
But at the same time, I'd rather have Semenyo than Cody Gakpo. I'd rather have him in the Premier League.
I think
100%.
Semenyo by a mile. Do we all agree? Rogers versus Semenyo?
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes would be my number one, but
Same.
let's go with Semenyo.
I agree.
Well, he didn't win, so. Okay, so there you have it. Antoine Semenyo is the Premier League player who should be playing for a bigger club and is this episode's final one standing. But did we get it right? Let us know in the comments, and remember to click the link in the description for your chance to win this week's jackpot in Final One Standing. Thanks again for watching WHFC. If you'd like to watch us crown the transfer deadline day signing of the summer, click the video that's on screen right now. This show was brought to you by William Hill. 18 plus, please gamble responsibly.